Good morning. Welcome to AVNewsCast.com.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you feel like you got to get closer to your mic?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'll pick up the game for you.
I thought it was me because I haven't used my headphones in so long.
No, I'll pick up the game for you.
Thanks.
All right.
I can cover
Yeah,
you.
that's
Go
much
ahead
better.
then.
That's much better.
Yeah, that is.
Last night, the White House and the Pentagon issued news briefs that we're going to start dropping bombs in Iraq.
Yeah.
And then this morning,
Yeah.
they started dropping them.
Yeah. ISIS is no joke.
They are not. They went into villages and pushed everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
And women, children, men, everybody is up on this mountain.
Yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Stuck on this mountain.
Yeah.
With no
dying.
food.
No water,
Dying.
no food.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And they're doing well as far as money goes. They completely went over and took over all the gold bullion that Iraq had. So they got their entire monetary system.
Yeah.
They're getting key points of infrastructure. They've taken over.
And they're not getting much opposition.
No.
I mean,
the people are just
they're just laying
stepping out
down
of the
their
way.
stuff and running.
Yeah.
And I feel them because these guys are worse than. I mean, how could they be worse than Al Qaeda?
They were run out of Al Qaeda because they were so
worse
bad.
than Al Qaeda.
They are.
They're pushing out videos on how to decapitate.
Have you seen? They have wrought iron fences around Iraq, right? Around these buildings.
Yeah.
And very ornamental. And on these posts, they've got heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Dozens and dozens of
animals.
heads.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're extra.
I've seen. Have you seen the video with the blood river?
No, I
Oh.
didn't see it. I don't want to see it.
Unbelievable. Okay. Just imagine 50 people in line, one by one. Okay. One by one.
What? Being shot in the head or what?
We're shot in the head.
And you're
And
just
then-
watching there? You just next?
If you move, you're going to get shot anyway. I mean, yeah, you're standing in line to be killed.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that's crazy.
Or they have these live graves. Okay, and they have dozens of people in this grave, and
And
they're all alive.
Yeah, and they're burying them, right?
No, then they start spraying them with bullets. I mean, they're animals.
Because I did see a video with a bunch of people in a grave and just being, dirt being poured on them.
While they were still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too.
How
Get out. What the
How
hell?
different are these people, this particular group, from, say, 1942 on the Russian front?
No different. Loons.
Where'd ISIS come from, though?
I don't know. The cousin of Al Qaeda? I don't know.
I mean, overnight.
Yeah.
Okay, they became a very
Well,
powerful.
I heard that the leader equates himself to the Pope, but for that, extremist Muslim sect.
Really?
And so it's like, if you were the old school Muslims, either you drop all that crap and fall in line, or we're just going to kill you.
And they're killing their own.
Yeah,
people.
they're killing everybody because they have no tolerance for anybody that's not down with them.
Mm-hmm.
And part of their whole thing is to kill as many people as you possibly can. And so the group that you're talking about is like this. They're not Muslims. They're like an older, group of religion that predates Muslims. I mean, they have like little areas of really, really old religious villages, for lack of a better term. And they ran up there. They're like, yo, I'm not even part of your thing. But they can't wait. They forced them up there so that they could either starve up there or come on down so we can kill you.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand.
you gotta convert,
Yeah.
pay a fine.
Kill somebody in your family, probably. You gotta prove. Because how do you prove that you're down with them? Because everybody say, yeah. Let me just be in the back. You probably have to do something crazy.
President Obama said, we can't get involved in all these things all over the world, but when Iraq reaches out to us and says, we are formally requesting your help, I can't say no.
Yeah, and I don't mind dropping bombs, but don't put your boots on the ground with some kind of people that we've never... These people have a taste in their mouth for blood that supersedes anything that we might have seen before.
Right.
And that's why we need the bacon-wrapped Terminator bullets. And just have them Terminators walking the
What's
Walking the
that?
streets and shooting bacon-wrapped bullets.
What is that? What is that? I don't get it.
Well, they're not going to heaven if they got bacon in them.
Oh, Lord.
That'll put a stop to it real quick.
That's like
Is that a real
cross
thing?
for
Yeah.
exorcism. You know?
That's funny.
yeah.
Silver bullet.
Yeah. Thursday
Smells
night.
like breakfast.
Oh, damn. Could you imagine you'd never be able to eat bacon again?
Oh no, I can't. I can't belong to any religion that told me I couldn't eat bacon.
Yeah, hey.
You know, you're looking forward to paradise. You know, you want to go to heaven, but you got to mitigate the hell that's earth.
Yeah.
There's only one way to really mitigate the hell that's earth, and that's bacon.
Yeah. I have a girlfriend, she's Jewish, and she's like, I don't eat bacon. I said, but you eat Gentile. Because she married a...
Oh.
Yeah, she married this...
Wow.
Oh.
So,
Wow.
like, you might as well enjoy it all. Because you already messed up. I'm just saying.
Wow. Hey, Thursday night, there was a smash and grab in Palmdale. 1600 block of Palmdale Boulevard. The Butterfly Boutique.
Oh, the butterfly
All right.
boutique.
It was late at night.
What is it, a nail salon?
Okay. Yeah, in the middle of the night. Okay, midnight. The owner happened to be asleep in the boutique. Okay,
Oh.
when this guy came in. All right. This guy took the owner and kicked the owner in the head about 16 times. Okay.
Really?
Enough to seriously injure this person. Sent him to the
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah.
Security cameras captured all this footage. Detectives worked really fast, and they got this guy.
Was he our guy?
Yep.
Stop it!
Yes.
Yep.
No!
Yep.
How do they
Yes.
know? Come on now. I want to see him.
Don for yes. This guy's responsible for over 20 smash and grabs. Okay.
So you mean to tell me if somebody was there that morning, he would have attacked for that register? Take
know,
the register.
yeah.
What's my
You know
buddy's name in the back there? In the sales area?
Paul?
Yeah. Oh, if he would have gone after Paul, I would have had to.
Oh, I think
nuclear
Paul
on it.
could have. Paul don't look like no slouch.
You know what though? You don't know what this guy could have done. Okay. Or whether he's got a knife or anything.
Yeah, you don't have no idea. how
16
crazy he is.
times. What you
Yeah.
doing in my spot?
Yeah.
That's
well,
a lot of. That's a lot of hits.
It
That's
is.
a lot of hits.
It is. It absolutely is.
He was scared that he would know karate.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy they got the guy. Okay.
It's not a
Yeah.
chance worth taking.
Well, I just want to make sure they got the guy because I saw the video and it was. I don't know how you could tell what that guy was based on the video, other than he was a guy.
Other than he was right, because you know what? Because I
It was
went back and
grainy.
forth.
You didn't know what you was looking at.
Yeah.
So unless you give it to them and they have some high resolution stuff that they can filter, what are you doing?
I'm talking to a guest. I'm multitasking.
But you don't do it well. But you don't do it well, and it throws me off.
You can't put information in where you don't have information. So I mean, if it's grainy and you can try to sharpen up what there is there, but you can't add to it. So,
Well, then I don't know how they were able to
I don't
put
know
that together.
I don't know who's setting up these cameras. They're going to Harbor Freight to buy their security system or something.
No, you know what the thing is. The footage that we're viewing,
That's so funny.
that we view is low res, but the image that you capture, okay, is
Oh,
very,
it saves to a better resolution?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, then why can't we play that one?
Yeah. Well, it's archived on a hard disk somewhere in there. What do?
No, I have it because
How do they number this thing? Yeah.
when I put it on
I'm gonna have to sit and watch the whole thing.
No, when I put it on the zip drive and took it to the sheriff's department, just that 30 seconds of footage was a gigabyte.
Whew.
Okay.
Yeah, that's huge.
Right, it's huge. And for some, we can't view it. You need a special player.
Okay.
You need some special thing.
All right.
They have this stuff, though.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you do. Michael Stein's going to be calling in at 8:30.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just mentioning that. We're going to have Wendy on from the Antelope Valley
Yes.
Fair on Wednesday. As I mentioned, you can get some pre-sale tickets now. Okay, for only $6. But that ends, so you got to get that done because I believe that ends on the 14th.
Okay.
Okay, and adult tickets regularly only $10. They've
And
got
how
a
much are the bracelets?
And the bracelets are, good question, $20.
And that's pre-sale
They're on sale right now.
for $20.
Yeah.
Because I always thought that it was a little less than what it is when you get there.
Oh, like 35 or something like
Really?
that. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Get
Yeah,
the
no,
price.
you got to get. Yeah, you don't want to listen to kids whine. The kids whine all the time anyway.
Oh no, they get what they want, so I got to get it now, so I don't have to kill myself.
Mine don't.
Yeah.
Your kids don't get what they want? Mm-mm. Oh, my kids do. But these are grandkids.
So you can ride 3 rides. Be choosy.
The wristband this year, it's $20. That is not part of admission.
Okay. Something's going on. You can't multitask because you're thinking, and I can see it in your face.
They actually have a quiz.
Do one.
Angie, I want to run
thing
it
at a time.
past Steve, and if it's possible for you to multitask or not.
Please.
I really
please.
want to run it by him.
Because I could tell he's
do
trying to act like he's with me, but he's not. He's thinking of something else.
I can't type and talk to somebody to say I can't text.
No, you can't.
No.
Yeah, it's all right.
I can walk and talk though.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Well, you threw chewing gum in there.
But if I get a text in the middle of the walk and talk, we're all done.
Okay.
Okay. We're done.
What's happening in Compton?
What's happening? Jackie Lacey's going after Compton.
Oh, she is.
She's going after Compton just like everybody went after Bell.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
What they doing in Compton?
She's formally asked for a lot of records going back to 2004. Okay. And she wants all the election documents for every elected official. And she goes through the entire list of Asia Brown, Zarita, Gallivan. And she goes through the whole list. She wants the registration forms. She wants every form that they signed.
Why? What rang her bell?
People have been complaining in Compton ever since the Bell scandal started. People have been complaining in Compton. And all their resources went into Compton. Now they went into Bell. Now they're done with Bell. Now she's into Compton.
How much are the officials making in Compton? Do we know?
We don't have that answer yet, and it's not only how much they were making, but also whether they falsified their election documents to even be part.
Well, that would surprise me.
Why?
I'm being facetious.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going after Compton in a big way, and Compton is that's the other place that the mayor recently got arrested for, and everybody has asked him to step down, and he didn't do it.
Yeah, because these guys think that they don't.
He's above
Untouchable.
reproach.
Yeah, they're untouchable.
You posted a video that I saw a month or two ago.
Oh,
on
yeah.
Facebook
You know
last
why
night.
I posted it? Because you had said yesterday, you were like, Jeff, find me something that's not crime against African Americans with the police department. Remember? Yesterday. And so when I saw the video, I was like, oh, here you go. So that was my first time seeing it.
Well, I know what her crime was.
Whose crime?
What was her crime?
Her forehead was too big.
Wow.
Okay, the video that we're talking about, for people that haven't seen it, is a girl, and I don't know what state it is, but she's in a jail cell, in a holding cell, and this Officer Hart is officer in that town. He asked her to come out of the jail cell, and so she does. And just a few moments later, you see him throw her right back into the jail cell, and they have cement benches.
Yeah.
It's like a boulder, okay?
That's so
And
terrible.
she went into that
into
face
it.
first.
Yep.
Okay, for no reason whatsoever.
No hands, slowing slowing it down.
No,
It was
just her face.
right into the
Her
face.
face slowed
Shattered
her down.
her eye socket.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, she was just a mess.
Yeah.
And the officer, he didn't care. He wasn't
And see,
apologetic.
and you know what was really curious to me is,
But they organized her shoes.
yeah,
Her shoes were askew.
They said, well, let's just put these over here. Don't get the blood on the shoes. Tom Lackey said, please don't think that it's an acceptable behavior and it's, rampant. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's not acceptable and maybe it's not rampant, but I'll take back the acceptable part. There must be a level of acceptability, because these people that are doing these crimes are blatant. It's not like, you're in the store and your kid is getting on your nerves and you pinching them underneath the arm so nobody else could see. I mean, they're blatantly doing these crimes.
I know.
It's not a sneak thing.
No, it's not. And you know what's terrible is a video like that gets out and it's seen by 1 million people.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And even though it's 1/10 of 1% of law enforcement that does that,
Right.
that video gets shown to everybody.
And it's powerful, Steve.
It
And
is,
let me
because
say something else. You know, when you also are looking at the other officers that are coming and they're giving aid, and when you don't see any shock or surprise in their face, it makes you feel like, what else are you not seeing? There's no surprise. Same with what happened to Eric in New York. Those other officers, nobody said, "Oh my God, we just got to help this guy." Like, what are you doing? How come nobody's doing it? Nobody did that. So when you see that, because it's just not natural. It's not a normal response for you not to want to give aid, especially if you're a police officer. That's your job. So everybody being able to, you know, stand around and they're having all these micro little conversations and people, you know, all of that. There's no surprise. So
They all acted uniformly.
They all acted uniformly. They all didn't have a look of surprise on their face. No one looked like they needed to issue any help. No one. Just hold the body up because we know he's dead.
Right. Because nobody wanted to be the righteous, take the high road guy.
Nobody.
Because then he's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that tells me that maybe it's not so isolated. Maybe it's not. Because if it was isolated and everybody was appalled, then everybody would be a little nervous of being the asshole cop. Right? Well, doesn't that stand to reason?
Yeah.
So how come we don't have that? How come everybody is like, "Oh my God, I can't do that because I know all these other cops are going to come down on me"? We don't have that.
That's what it is. It's the fear of everybody else.
Right. Nobody wants to be the Serpico.
Yeah, but it's because there's a whole lot of corruption. I mean, we keep saying that it's small, but I don't think it's all that small. You wouldn't be so brazen. Why are you so brazen with it? You know, just like with what happened with the deputies at a I wanted to say Civil Brand, but it was Twin Towers, when one of the priests was inside the prison and witnessed some abuse to an inmate. Those cops didn't even feel like they needed to hide from the clergyman.
Wait, that wasn't even an inmate. That was a guy that went to visit his brother.
No, but it was another one that was an inmate, and they handcuffed him and they just beat his behind senseless, and a clergyman saw it.
Right.
But they don't even feel like they need to hide.
Right.
When you get to the point where you don't feel like you need to hide, it means that it's acceptable. You're not hiding because people can see you and they're not going to say anything.
No, I know that. And the testimony from that priest was suppressed for a year, and reports were changed, and it was a whole mess. That led to, well, what's been going on.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
then when you do have all this suppression of a report, it's just crazy. You just can't tell me, because it's not logical that it's so small, because it's so brazen.
Part of the thing is, though, some of what's going on is old school. There's a report that came out yesterday, okay? And the report was written by a special counsel to the LA County Board of Supervisors by a guy by the name of Merrick Bob. And this guy has been special counsel to the LA County Board of Supervisors, and his job, he only had one job, and his job was to write quarterly reports on the problems within the sheriff's department. Okay, that's all. And he just came out with his last report because now he's out of a job.
Oh, really?
Okay, he's out of a job
because he did his job. What are you saying?
No, because now the sheriff's department has this other office called the Inspector General. Okay, who has much more power than this guy did. Okay, but still not enough power to have teeth. Okay, but this guy came out with his final report yesterday about the sheriff's department, the jail system, everything that's been going on. And every arrow in every direction points to Paul Tanaka. Okay? Does he talk about Lee Baca? Yes, he absolutely does. Does he say nice things? No. But he does say that Lee didn't pay enough attention to what Paul Tanaka was doing. Okay? Whether that was intentional, okay?
Listen, it's been handed down to everybody that Tanaka is the fall guy. It's not going any further than Tanaka. Baca already paid his debt to society. He already doled out his monies. You can mention him because we got to be real about it, but all the blame has to still lie straight on him.
Now, here's an interesting scenario. Let me just run through this, and I'm going to talk out loud. What if, because we know that Sheriff Lee Baca resigned very abruptly, okay? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, mm-hmm. Okay? Now, what if, and there hasn't been an indictment yet handled down on under Sheriff Paul Tanaka, mm-hmm. Who was forced out by Lee Baca. What if Lee Baca has been cooperating with the FBI?
Oh, I don't. Okay. That would be better than a soap opera. Mm. It would be better than a soap opera.
But it's
all
plausible.
Of a sudden we saw him taking a stand saying, "Yeah, you did it." I would just fall out. That would be hysterical.
Well, so in this guy's, in Merrick Bob's report, everything pointed to Paul Tanaka. Mm-hmm. Okay, the violence, the way Paul Tanaka rose through the ranks, mm-hmm. what he used to do, his tattoos, his cliques, the Vikings, the whole deal. Uh-huh.
And have we been able to name all his clan members? Like, where are they? Isn't that an interest of ours?
Yeah, and yes, some of those guys are the original 21 or 22 that have been indicted. Mm-hmm. They haven't all gone to trial yet. We've only had 6 or 7 so far. Mm-hmm. There are others still upcoming. But again, I don't see how Paul Tanaka cannot get indicted.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see how he cannot.
No.
At the end of the day, the buck stops with this guy. It
really
does.
Well, it doesn't stop with him, but it's going to stop with him because that's how it's been formulated. Right? Or do you think that there could be... Do you think that it could stop at Tanaka?
I think it's going to.
Okay, but do you think that it really stops at Tanaka?
Well, the report says that Sheriff Lee Baca, at the time, over-delegated to Paul Tanaka.
There's no such thing as over-delegation. If you're a good manager, you delegate. If you're a good manager, you're just talking to your heads.
Well, there is. You run all this. I'm off to golf with Tony Villar. Mm-hmm. That would be over-delegation. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm going off to play golf.
Well, it's not over-delegation. It's just you're not doing your job right. You delegated. You did what you're supposed to, but you didn't trust it to the right person.
In the report...
But all these years were to believe that he never got wind to anything?
Well, what Merrick Bob said is, in the report it says, to say that Sheriff Lee Baca over-delegated to Paul Tanaka understates what happened. Paul Tanaka managed to repay Baca's loyalty, quick promotions, and sustained mentoring by undercutting the department's moral authority and mocking the values that Lee Baca so often professed to be central to his vision.
I'm sorry, where's the trash can? I might be sick.
I'll find you a cup.
This is an independent guy.
Yeah.
All right? I'm just saying.
Who does he play golf with? I just upchucked a little bit, seriously.
Okay. They reached out to Sheriff Lee Baca for comments on the report last night. He's out traveling.
He already saw the report. His homie sent it to him the night before. Is this okay?
But Steve Whitmore, you remember him, Jeff? He used to be the spokesman for the LA County Sheriff's Department when Baca was there.
Very well.
He offered some comments on behalf of Baca.
What was his comment?
And he said that Lee Baca has appreciated everything that Merrick Bob has done. In his report, he has made strong contributions to the Sheriff's Department in the areas of custody, patrol, civil liability, and I want to thank him for his 22 years of service.
Mm-hmm. And yes, right. Yes. Exactly.
Okay. You know what? Sheriff Lee Baca was a very powerful guy. Mm-hmm. Still is a very powerful guy. Mm-hmm. I think it's all going to end with Paul Tanaka.
Oh, yeah, it's going to end there. And that's going to be good for me because Baca's, at least he's gone. At least he's not in there affecting anything else. But to say that our problems with the police force is isolated and it's a fourth of a fourth of a fourth, no. If it was that isolated, people would be... You know, the thing about it is that if the police force, whether it's the sheriffs or the LAPD or wherever, if they want us to gain trust with them, then make examples when we see actions like this. Don't say we're investigating. Because they wouldn't need much investigation if it was 2 lay people on the street.
Mm-hmm. But, okay, I get it. You know how in the retail business, a happy customer will tell a couple, an unhappy customer will tell 50.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Every time one of those videos gets propagated on the internet, okay, or comes out in the news or whatever, millions of people see it, okay? And one video can change the whole country's perspective on law enforcement.
Sure can.
Well, see, this is the thing.
Okay.
Let me just back it up for you, because it's changing. It could be changing an element of what do you want, you freak?
Keep going. Plug in.
Jesus.
What?
Yep.
This is again with the.
She says I can't multitask.
Yep.
Steve, my phone's not ringing.
It's going to.
I know, and I can handle it when it rings. Jeez, do you see what I have to? And all day. I don't even know what I was going to say.
You couldn't take my sign language. And
I could take it. I'm just looking at you like you're kidding me.
Okay, so what I said was one video like that, okay, put up on the internet can change the country's perspective on law enforcement.
Well, what I was going to say, I think, is that what it's doing now is that it's enlightening an aspect of the country that was not privy to that information. There was sectors of the country that always knew that cops were like this, that always knew that when they get pulled over, it was going to be questionable. Like I told you before, my son was 15 years old. Him and his friend is running to Taco Bell when they're 15, and 3 cop cars surround them, and they pull out their guns, and it's the middle of the day, and they're running to the food store. That's all.
But they thought they robbed something?
They didn't know what they was doing. How dare you be black and running?
Right. I get that. I understand.
So what I'm saying is that there's a community amongst the black community, amongst the Latino community, that has always known what you're going to get with the police department. And I think now, because of social media, everybody gets to see it. And it's not just a story that your grandmother's saying or that someone said, hey, this is what I saw. You know, it's not that anymore. Everybody is seeing it now. And so now it's raising the bar of responsibility because you can't foo-foo it away. And it's not just a story that you're hearing. You're seeing video after video. We can spend all day on the internet finding videos of abuse. You know what? I saw one yesterday, and it was in a Spanish community. And the woman calls the police because she says somebody's in her backyard with some scissors. And he looks like he wants to come in and kill me or whatever. So the police come, and some neighbors, you know, everybody knows to film the cops now. So a neighbor is walking down the street, and they're filming the police. And they're talking to the guy, and I think they even have the gun on the guy. And they're telling him, I think they're telling him to stop. Obviously, they're telling him to stop and put it down or whatever. And he doesn't do it. And 2 seconds later, both cops just unload on this guy.
Did he make a movement towards him?
No. It's not on the video that they did. And then the woman that's videotaping is like flipping out. Like, where's the taser? Like, where in the book do you use a taser?
Yeah. Well, that comes down to the officer's discretion, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, we're
I
in
don't know.
trouble.
Okay, I don't know because I'm not in law enforcement, and I don't know what manual and training they get.
Yeah,
so I couldn't tell you. But we were talking about the guy in Pico Rivera who, 52-year-old man, okay, was in the house with his kids.
Yes.
Being held hostage, sends the kids out the door, okay? Then he follows the kids, okay? And
he's lit up.
And he's shot. And the coroner's report came out yesterday. He was shot straight in the forehead.
Oh.
And then what is that about? It's like, why can't you debilitate?
Yeah.
Why do you
go for the leg?
Feet away.
Why can't you just shoot his leg? Like,
yeah.
Do we have any proof that you're going to keep coming at somebody if you're shot in the leg? Like,
did not
you
even
watch
look
zombie
like
movies. You know,
he didn't even look like the felon parolee that was in the house.
No, but he's 54, and you know what the felon looked like because you were going to go get him, so you know he was in his 20s, and this 54-year-old Latin man comes out the house. Was the parolee Spanish or black?
Spanish.
Oh, okay. It's just a shame.
It is, and the sheriff's department yesterday said that not only the department, but more so the deputy that pulled the trigger, is a mental mess right now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, okay? There's no excuse for it, okay?
He needs to be a mental mess in the cell. Is he at home being paid?
He's...
He is, isn't he, Steve?
Yeah, he is.
And that's why we have faith in the system.
Well, to give you a little faith in the system, you heard about the guy that shot that girl in his front porch with the shotgun, right?
No.
Yeah, he was found guilty of murder yesterday. That he was saying it was self-defense. The girl that was in the car accident.
Yes. Well, at least that's a lay person, Jeff. You're a lay person that's taking, his life experiences, what he perceives as what looks like danger into account, and then he, obviously he made the wrong call. But he's a lay person. A trained officer is making that kind of mistake? And we're going to let you go home and be upset and send you to the therapist? Until we investigate? How much investigation do you need?
There's a way to hold a firearm, and I do know that a lot of people are trained. You don't put your finger on the trigger. Okay?
There's a trigger guard.
So when they have the gun at you, the finger's not on it?
No, you should have your finger on
Yeah,
the
you should
guard.
have your finger on the finger guard. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay?
So that you don't hiccup or trip or do something.
Because when your finger's in there, that means you're pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
Okay?
It should only be in
Well,
there
I mean,
when
it
you
looked
pull
like
the
he was
trigger.
pulling the trigger because he got him dead center in the forehead.
From about 12 to 15 feet away.
He's like,
That's a decent
I
shot.
could do this. I could do this.
Yeah, take him off the streets and just put him in at the academy.
Come on now.
No, I'm serious. He made the shot. Look how many of them don't.
That's
You know what,
so
though?
funny. You're so
Let's
bad.
set it aside. Let's say that even the